It's been a minute, a long minute, I know. If you're new here, very much welcome. If you've been with us, thank you so much for making us your choice, your home. We feel home too with you, and thank you so very much. A hearty thank you for always choosing us. Now, this is season 2, by the way, and karibu sana. I once heard someone say that once a flower blossoms, the bees are attracted to it. Now, today's guest is that kind of a flower who blossomed and is attracting, bees. But for you to get to know who she is, you have to stick around. This is a Loise Awuor show. I'm your host, Jerry. This is the woman show where we get to interact woman to woman. We tell our stories, we show our scars, we flaunt our beauty because we are those strong women. Karibu sana. Yeah, so I'm going to get to introduce our today's guest, and her name is Loise, but I'll let her do it better. I'll give her the honor to, just introduce herself so she can tell us who she is and why she is such a flower, Karibu, Loise.
Hi, thank you very much. That's a lovely introduction. Yeah. So my name is Loise Awuor, and at this moment, I would say I'm a mom, an entrepreneur, a teacher, and a worship leader or singer.
Yes. A music minister.
Yes, a music minister. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Yeah. So, can you just introduce us to You've mentioned quite a number of hearts. So how young or how old are you as a mom? How long have you been singing? How long have you entrepreneured? Tell us all of those things.
Okay, so I've been a mom for 10 years.
Wow.
I have a lovely daughter.
Yes.
Her name is Erica. She's 10 years old, the love of my life.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, and for baking, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a baker.
Okay.
So I've been baking for about 3 years now, and it's been an amazing journey. And I also teach students, and it's a hospitality course.
Okay.
So it's very practical, and I'm loving it.
Yes.
And I'm part of the lovely Limitless Worship Band.
Yes.
That is hitting the airwaves in a big way.
Yes.
And we're just so humbled to be there.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So take me back to, Loise as a 7-year-old. I want to at least get you back so we can get to know who this Loise is up until this, point.
Okay. When I look back to how I was raised and everything, the thing I remember most when I was young is that I was very academically inclined. I loved books.
Okay.
I loved reading. I was always number one. Whoa. For real. Not that parents usually say at work hard. Me, I was always number one. I really was always the top of the class.
Yes.
And I was very passionate about everything I did.
Yes.
I was a bit of an athlete as well. So I ran and everything. I tried almost everything. I did a bit of poetry, writing, and all I tried to do was at least to enjoy everything that I did and to take up opportunities.
Yep.
And I would really say that is my mom.
Wow.
My mom gave me the opportunities to just explore and be, and I will also see how much she would invest herself in every single thing.
Okay.
And I will say that is what I was trying to emulate.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess also as a firstborn, you tend to, want to drive that kind of excellence in you.
Yes.
And I went through primary school quite well. I got admission into the prestigious Alliance Girls High School.
Ooh, and you deserve this.
Thank you. That's really kind.
Yes.
Well, it's not just a school. That place is amazing.
Okay.
It is a place where character is formed, and you get to really know other people and thrive, and it was amazing. So at Alliance also, I just got into everything I could, and the grades were still good.
Wow.
And it was fun. I mean, drama, running around, and just having a good time.
Yes.
I was in the drama club. It was exciting, and I can't remember what else I did, but I just know I really, really enjoyed my time in high school, and I made good friends there as well.
Okay.
So going into campus, now, like my... I'm feeling nice, and I have good grades, and you're young and full of energy.
I know.
So I still got into a lot of things, both curriculum and co-curricular.
Okay.
So I found myself in student leadership, and it was fun. There was a cafe within the campus, and I looked for the opportunity to actually take it up. We cooked a lot of food, and the place used to be full, but we were not making any money. Actually, I even hired my sister. So she was staying with me within campus, and we were running the place, but we were not very good business people. So I think we were paying out more money than we were getting
coming in.
Yes, so the food was very popular, it was tasty, and so long as the place was full, we were excited, but we realized later on that we didn't really have a business.
The balance sheets were working well.
Yeah, we were more of entertaining and feeding people. Yeah, so in campus still, I think I had a good time getting to know people, getting into leadership. But in the last year of campus, my life drastically changed. And it was very surprising to me because I was used to excellence as a young person. In my projections, I was the kind of person who would probably get a scholarship to do a master's in Germany, because I did food science and technology, which is a science-based course. It is about manufacturing. So we did a lot of like enzymology, those what's it called, this thing that was so difficult. We did a lot of statistics, and it was crazy. It was a difficult course. So having done I didn't do so great towards the end because I had some unfortunate events. I didn't do so well. So I ended up getting a second upper instead of a first class honors. So I missed...
Second is not bad.
But you can imagine if somebody, you're like, oh, I am so good so far, you expect a first class honors, because if you're going to get a full master's scholarship in Germany, which is the hub for food science, then you need to be amongst the best in the world, not just in the country. So I missed that opportunity, and I could see my peers getting that opportunity. It was very difficult to see. I also thought maybe I'll get picked up by PricewaterhouseCoopers because I have so many friends there. Nothing. Actually, so I ended up very pregnant.
There's no kind of pregnant. Either you're pregnant or not.
So I ended up pregnant at my final year of university. And due to it was a difficult pregnancy, I must say. Due to the physical condition I was in, I couldn't do much. And also my grades were not so impressive. So I couldn't get into the areas that I thought I would enter in as soon as I finished university. So I didn't also want to go back home and burden my parents. So I decided to try and work it out in Nairobi. The first job I got was a chemistry teacher earning 2,000 shillings. But at least 2,000.
Yes.
Yeah, but at least they gave me a house and water and power. So I would live within the school compound. So I was kind of also a caretaker. But since I got good grades, they're like, okay, you can also teach chemistry. So I taught chemistry for a while. Then unfortunately, it was very unfortunate. The head of the school died of colon cancer. And since there was nobody else who was willing to come to that place for maybe what he was being paid, the school just closed down. So I was left like, okay, so what's happening? So the owner of the property gave me a pay rise. He gave me 3,000 shillings per month. And he told me...
No. Okay, what year are we talking about here?
Oh my goodness. I
Tell
think
me you're talking about 1980s?
11.
No.
I think it was around 2010.
2010,
yes.
And we're talking 3,000.
3,000 shillings. But at least there was a house. But the house, it had like a divided door. So one opens like this and one opens like this. So it was like a kiosk.
Okay.
And then I didn't have a ceiling board.
Okay.
So I had to actually get sacks to sew them together and make a ceiling board, because the place was very, it was very cold.
Okay.
Yeah, and I knew a child was coming, so I was like, a child can't sleep in this house like this. So
all this when you're pregnant?
All this, yes.
And this 3,000 is supposed to cater for you and prepare for the baby?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it was crazy difficult. So I was earning 3,000 with my gunia. Gunia is ceiling, yes. And 2 rooms, and the ablution block was outside. But I was grateful that I had a place to stay.
Yeah.
And the director, the owner of the land, he was also the director. He liked me and my ideas.
Yes.
So I told him, instead of having the place just open, we could actually bring in some boarders from the nearby University of Nairobi that was not having enough accommodation for international students. I don't know how it happened. They actually accepted to bring in people.
Wow.
The man was so happy. We tried to actually modify, renovate the place as much as we could.
Upgrade it, you know?
Yes. It was okay. It wasn't so great, but we tried it. Exactly, yeah. So we tried it, and people came. So what I did, since they were from different countries, I remember one was from Zambia and another one from, I think, Burundi. And there were 3, I can't remember the third one. I will cook for them meals, and they will pay me 200 shillings per meal.
Wow.
So now at least I could start buying a few things for my daughter, who was not yet born at that time. So I was saving up money. Of course, it wasn't ideal. That is little money. What were we even eating?
Super little.
I don't know what I was even eating. It was crazy. So as time went on, as time went on, the people who are staying there also left, and it was just like the place was desolate, and the man was even having trouble paying me, and the baby was almost coming. So what I did, I actually called my friends and hosted my own baby shower. I was like, guys, you come. Yes. And people were like, hey, this is so embarrassing. How do you throw yourself a baby shower? I was like, I have nothing, and the baby is coming. My friends, I know if I call them, they'll come with something. So actually, since my friends knew I was in trouble, they were like, Loise, what do you need? What do you need? So I would tell them, son, I need clothes, I need a coat, I need a basin, I need diapers. I will tell them all that stuff. And imagine they came through. By the way, I thank God for that time. My friends and relatives, they came through, and I got stuff for my baby. So we kept on moving on. Eventually, I got a job. Oh, the baby came, and I got a job. And I was working as
How soon after?
I think it was 3 months later. So now the 3,000 that I was being given to be the caretaker of the property, I got a house girl. She was getting the whole of my salary there. And I was earning, I think, about 6,000 shillings being a merchandiser. And that includes your transportation. And you see, I was working for Uchumi. Uchumi was open those days, So you would have to move from one supermarket to the other, wiping packets of rice and arranging them on the shelves. Remember, I was a student from Alliance Girls High School. I was a student leader in one of the University of Nairobi campuses. So this is somebody who people have learned to respect and regard a certain way. And I am wiping rice in a uniform in a supermarket. One time somebody just came and saw me and asked me, Loise, what are you doing?
Like, you look so misplaced.
I'm like, what are you doing? I just told him, I'm wiping the rice. They asked me why. They couldn't understand it.
It's all A, so what has A got to do with wiping rice?
Exactly. It was very humiliating, and I would cry so much on the streets of Nairobi. And another thing that was bothering me at that time is, unfortunately, my birth also wasn't very smooth. I had so many complications. So what had happened is I had to go to a public hospital because I didn't have money for a private hospital. So when I was in that, I had also, they're called fibroids, so they really make your stomach expand, and the recovery process isn't ideal. So it really damages your body image. So already I'm looking down on myself physically, I'm looking down on myself financially, and people are also helping me look down on myself.
I know, that's pressure. It wasn't good. I was really struggling. And actually, sorry, I don't know now. I skipped something I wanted to say. Just tell us all of it.
So when I was at the public hospital, and what happened is my bill was about 10,000 shillings,
Okay.
which wasn't so bad
Yeah.
because we did a cesarean section and they also removed for me the fibroids, which was
Really?
very,
Okay. That's quite fair.
It is very fair because you'll be charged around 200,000 shillings for the same procedure.
Yes, yeah.
So after that, now I had to go home, and it was a vertical, thing.
Yeah.
So you can't really go via public transportation.
No.
So I had 2,000 shillings, and that is all I had. And my sister was there with me. But there was this lady who was in a bed next to me.
Yes.
And she had given birth, but she had no money. She only needed 1,000 shillings to go home.
Yeah.
And she was being held there. And the more you stay there, the higher your bill goes.
Will go, yeah.
So it was a problem. So I just told my sister, you know what? Let's pay for this lady 1,000. With this one that's remaining, we'll take a matatu.
We'll figure out what to do.
Yeah, but it was crazy because you can't take a matatu after such a procedure.
Yes.
So, okay. She said I was crazy, but she could not do anything because it was my money.
Yes.
So I gave the 1,000. The lady was released. Immediately I gave that 1,000. I got a phone call.
Yes.
And the lady, it was actually my mother's best friend.
Okay.
She's like, hi, your mom told me you're in hospital. And I know how it is like to be in hospital and in your situation where you don't have, people around.
Yes.
Can I come and pick you up? I was like, yeah.
Wow.
So when she came, she actually came not just in that normal car. I believe it was a Prado. Yeah, it was a really nice big car. So she came with, I think it was a Prado. I'm not so sure.
Yes.
And then we got into it. And then as we were going, she insisted we have to stop at a supermarket.
Yes.
I was like, okay, let's get home. I was even feeling hot because of the pain.
Yes.
But she was like, no, just a few minutes, Loise.
Yes.
Just like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
She was like,
and we'll be done.
Yes. And she told my sister, like, get into the supermarket, get everything Loise needs. They got bales of flour, bales of diapers, rice, everything like you would need, tissue paper, just a huge shopping that was amounting to more than 10,000 shillings.
Wow.
And then they put it in the car and they went home with me and I was dropped off. So I told my sister, look, we gave out only 1,000. We got a ride all the way home plus shopping on top.
Wow.
And for both my sister and I, that was like a very big revelation. Like, give and it will come back unto you. Especially if God directs you to give, you just give. Because it really impacted us that day.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Back to where we were. So I continued as a merchandiser and unfortunately the company closed down. Yes. So guys are like, hey, now there's no more work. But the head of the company from it was based in Yala. He said, okay, Nairobi, we've closed everything, but there's an opportunity for a food scientist in Yala.
Okay.
Can you come over? Hey, I was like, hallelujah.
Yeah, those lies.
Yes, I was so excited. It wasn't much money, like let's say 13,000. But I was so excited. That was like
this
double.
Was your field. And it's what you really wanted to do.
Exactly. It is what I studied. So I packed up everything. We took those buses that are at Machakos, those that come, I don't know what they're called. They really run. So we put all my stuff there on the carrier. And then we went, we were crying. My sister was like, oh, you're going so far. So we relocated the other side. It was nice because we were in a stone house with a proper ceiling.
Wow.
There was like a kitchen,
no more gunia this time.
No more gunia. And it was warm.
Yeah.
And I got a really nice nanny. Yes. But there were a few challenges, like you had to wear, it is called a kaunda suit. And you're a lady. So I found that a bit weird, but I had to wear a blue kaunda suit. And then also the company was like 4 kilometers from the house. And I'm a breastfeeding mom. And there's no vehicle, there's no transportation at lunchtime.
So you had to walk?
No. So what I decided, I tried to walk, it wasn't possible. I wasn't making it on time to go breastfeed and come back. So what I decided to do is ask if I can get one of the Black Mamba bicycles. Really tall.
All right.
Yeah. And I learned how to ride that bicycle within, I think, a weekend or a week.
Okay.
And then the next thing, so now I used to just race with the bicycle. So I'm going like at lunchtime, running into cows, running into bushes until I became good at it.
Did you bring us this part of your story?
I wish I did. That time I was just suffering.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it was really difficult, I must say. I'm laughing right now, but hey,
then it was
you can imagine,
laughable.
like your sky still healing and you're there on a Black Mamba in a kaunda suit in heat and dust.
Wow.
you start wondering what is the meaning of existence.
Life, you know?
But what kept me going is my little baby.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, you know what? This baby is here, she depends on me. I cannot give up.
Yeah.
So that, and then also a very close-knit family.
Yes.
Yes. So they will check on me and everything. But I was determined to make it. I don't know why. I believe it's God.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, I was riding everything. Then, so the job got boring. Why? I was a lab technician. All I had to do was some tests and then record them every hour.
Okay.
And I have a wealth of experience in food science.
Yes,
So I was like, you know what? Now I started writing down standard operating procedures. I started documenting the HR things because there was I didn't know if there was an HR or not.
Yeah.
I was just trying to standardize the whole process from the farm to the end. And I would use the computer that was in the lab. It was the only one, I think, that we had access to. I made volumes of documents just, because I was using now my brain and trying to improve things. And unfortunately, the management did not like that. I think somebody felt maybe I was overstepping. Next thing I know, I was retrenched.
Oh, no. In a faraway land with your baby and your black mamba.
Yes. I know, it's crazy. So I was retrenched. So yeah, we are downsizing, blah, blah, blah. So I was retrenched. I went back home. I never wanted to go home.
You mean up country or here in Nairobi?
To my mom's house. Yala was also up country, but at least I was in my own house. Yeah. And we were doing okay. Even with that little money we had hired a bit of land. By we, I mean me and the Holy Spirit. So we had hired a bit of land. We were planting maize. I even got a fridge. I know it sounds crazy, but
with 13K.
A fridge.
Yes.
I was like, I have a fridge
in a hot place.
Yes, and I could now, make a lot of food and then store it, and then now we eat. It was even saving gas. I was excited. So those are the two main achievements.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when I went back home, I was depressed. I won't even lie. I was like, my God, I've done my best.
Yes.
How can I get fired for doing my best?
I know. It's confusing, really.
It is. And for once, I think I actually I was almost giving up. But my mom was there. My mom and dad. My mom was my rock. She just told me, Loise, you get up, go to Nairobi. You cannot stay here. You will end up
worse than you came in.
Like you will end up nowhere. You just go to Nairobi, do something. So I got an opportunity to tutor a kid in chemistry every Saturday.
Allow me to stop you. This time you're coming back to Nairobi. You're coming with your baby, or have you left your baby with mama?
No, that was the hardest thing.
Okay.
So, let me explain it like this. So I got the opportunity to tutor a kid in Nairobi.
In Nairobi, yes.
So it was like, I'm going to stay in Nairobi. But my mom was like, you can't go and stay with a child in someone else's house. It's a bit awkward. Why don't you go and find your footing?
Yes.
Then once you're stable, you come get your baby. When you have a place, you guys can stay comfortably.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it made sense to me.
Yes.
So I decided to come and tutor that kid. It was once a week on Saturday, 700 shillings. And then during the week, I was playing the role of a house girl. Yeah, to a family. Within Nairobi.
Okay. The same homestay?
No, not the same home. I was at a relative's house, so I would help take care of the child, wash the house, just house girl duties. I would say I was a house girl.
Yes.
Yeah, so I did that for a while, and then on Saturdays I would go and get the tuition money, so at least I could buy a few essentials. But since the separation was very sudden, I got kind of depressed. Yeah, and also I didn't have money to buy clothes, so I was wearing my mom's clothes. She was giving me clothes.
And I'm imagining they're oversized.
Yes, and so she was giving me clothes, and I think, so I don't know whether she noticed or what, but the lady where I was teaching tuition, she was like, hey, Loise, I got some clothes from America, and they were all smaller than me. And they are beautiful. And I think 9 pairs of shoes. And the clothes were many, they were like 25 or 30, many. She was like, just take all of this. Just take. I cried that day like...
Wow.
I was like, oh my God, I can wear stylish clothes. There's one dress, especially leopard print. I wore it until it started being threadbare. It was gorgeous. It was my favorite dress. And I was so happy, at least, first of all, my mom keeping me warm in whatever she had to give me. And then now I got more trendy clothes, from this lady. It was a real blessing.
Yes.
Wow. So from there, now, I think that's where now the miracle started, because I also kind of got born again in my house without expecting.
Okay.
I was just in the house, then I felt, this life is very heavy.
Yes.
I need to give it to someone.
Yeah.
And actually, nobody asked me, nobody did anything. I just got born again.
Okay.
So at that point, my friend had an auntie who had gone to, I think it was Netherlands. And she was going away for 3 years for her PhD study. And the lady had a 3-bedroom house.
Okay.
And she was like, she needed someone to house sit. So they told me, hey, Loise, come house sit. I was like, hey, from no house to 3-bedroom house. Hey, I was like, Kusha, this is amazing.
Yes.
So I moved in. I only moved in with, I think, a jar of cooking oil. And I was told there was kuma wiki in the shamba. There was a shamba, the farm, small one at the back.
A kitchen garden.
Yes, a kitchen garden, exactly. And then and a packet of maize flour.
Okay.
That is all I went with. And of course, I some of my clothes. Yeah,
okay.
That was it.
Wow.
So when I reached there, I was using my flour and the skuma wiki.
To skuma from the
and that
kitchen
was
garden.
it. I was eating it for a while. Then I was introduced to article writing. So I will do articles for people and get paid some money.
Okay.
So I was doing it within the house.
Okay.
I'm very sorry to the host, but I sublet the house, one room to someone, and I cooked for that person meals. So I was getting steady income, you know. So I was like,
you
now
have
I
to
can
survive anyway.
Yeah, I can now get my baby back.
Wow.
Yes,
You are the queen of survival. Now, this story seems to be getting more and more interesting. And I don't know if it's cold where you are. It's definitely cold here, but I mean, Loise's experience is just keeping me warm. Don't you go very far away, because we'll be back just like that. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Wiser and Brave Show, your woman show. And by the way, this is season 2. On today's episode, we have Loise. Loise has had such a story of pain, but also a story where she catches, just fantastic breaks. So what happens to Loise next after, she's gotten this house, she's subletting, she's also cooking. This girl, she just loves cooking, doesn't she? So, Loise.
Yeah, I love that you noticed that I love cooking. Yeah. So the next thing that happened, actually, I got a phone call from one of the people in my circle, and they were like, Loise, we want you to teach people how to cook. I'm like, okay. Let me go teach them how to cook. Yeah. So I got an invitation to an international school, and I found that the curriculum was actually cooking.
Wow.
So I actually had to take my time and learn how to cook. When people are away, I would take time and learn how to do flaky pastries, choux pastries, all manner of pastries, cakes, lasagna, pasta, pizza. All sorts of things. Okay. And it was really exciting, and that's why I came also to understand that I love children, especially teenagers. We get along very well.
Wow.
So I taught, and I stayed for the longest I ever stayed in a place. I stayed for 4 years, just teaching the students, and it was really nice.
Okay.
Then another opportunity came up when I was in when I had just finished the 4th year.
Yes.
And it was more of working with dairy cattle.
Okay.
I will say I just rested that whole year, but when I was resting, that's when I found something interesting, and that is two people sent me a link to a competition, and that was the Great Kenyan Bake Off.
Yes.
So I was like, whoa, okay, this is interesting. And by that time, I wasn't really baking commercially.
Yes.
I had just finished baking in school.
Yes.
So you see, my repertoire was a bit small,
yes,
but still, I applied
yes,
to go for the Great Kenyan Bake Off, because
yeah,
I had heard of the Great British Bake Off, which is a very famous and well-loved and watched TV show.
Okay.
So, well, I went, and what gave me courage was that they decided to have the auditions in the same place as we usually have our fellowship. So I was like, oh, this is a sign.
All right.
I'm going to really do, smash this.
Yes.
So I get there there are different levels of auditions.
Okay.
First of all, you'll have to send in a bio of who you are and what you've cooked and things like that. Then you'll have to do a YouTube video.
Okay.
So I did one and put it on my channel. It's the only one that's there right now. And they liked it.
Okay.
So after that, they're like, okay, now bring us something baked. I went there, guys had baked pastries that are looking like, you know, domes and what. I was like, oh my God, who are coming with wedding
The
cakes?
7 wonders of the world cakes.
Oh yes, exactly. Guys were coming with things that were mind-blowing. And guess what I had made? Something that looks like cupcakes, but it was a tartlet, yeah?
Okay.
So it has a short crust pastry, a filling, and a cake.
Okay.
It was really small,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but they ate it and they said they loved it. And I was myself. They say they loved my energy.
Yeah.
Next thing I know,
Yeah.
I'm being signed on to be on the Great Kenyan Bake Off.
Yes.
So I was there for a while. The
Yes.
shooting was rigorous.
Yes.
It was, I had to actually take, I think, like 2 months to do the whole thing. And I was very blessed to be a participant.
Okay.
And it was amazing.
Yes.
And the minute it got aired, because now, you know, I was working as a consultant.
Yes.
And at the same time, I was doing this Bake Off thing.
Okay.
When it got aired, I got a call. The same day.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
From close family and friends.
Okay.
And they called me, they took me to Villa Rosa. I had wanted to go to that place for the longest time. Kempinski. Am I
Yes.
saying it right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so we went there and they told me, Loise, what do you want? I said, I want a big oven. So they gave me a lot of money. I can't remember how much.
Wow.
But they gave me, I was able to get my oven and baking equipment.
Yes.
And finally start baking. And they also moved me from my humble place I was staying
Okay.
to a bigger place that was like 3 bedrooms
Wow.
and had its own compound. So the idea was some of the rooms will be my private ones.
Yes.
Then the other ones, I'll make it into a cafe because it even has a foyer and a
Okay.
garden area.
Okay,
So we'll
okay.
build it slowly by
Okay,
slowly.
okay.
If you want a private lunch, if you want, you
Yeah.
know, brunch, what? Hey, we had ideas.
Yeah,
So we're like,
okay,
okay, we are doing
interesting.
this.
Okay.
So I stayed there for like 2 months. But unfortunately, fortunately, somebody else who had seen me on telly came in with even more investment.
Wow.
And the person was like, okay, you're moving again.
Wow.
And apart from moving, I'm giving you a space for your bakery.
Wow.
I'm going to pay for your house where you're staying. I'm giving you a car and a driver. I was like, hey,
After all the tears.
it's been worth it.
Yes.
So, and also the cake orders were really coming because my
Wow.
friends and family could see that I was on TV. It was
Yes.
airing on a local station.
Yes.
So they were like, hey, this girl, she has
Yeah.
something going on, you
Yes,
know.
yes.
So orders were coming in and it was interesting. As the orders were coming in and the business is growing, how I will get growth is I would have a dream about something
Okay.
and I will try it out.
Okay.
Or I would be just going about my business. Somebody gives me a call and said, hey, I was told by God to tell you to put a white background on your cakes to make them stand out. Just tips from nowhere.
Yeah.
Or you have an accident, maybe you run out of one ingredient, you replace it with another one,
Yeah.
and it becomes amazing.
A whole new recipe.
Exactly. And guys are like, your cakes are so amazing.
Yes.
Your cakes are
Yes,
delicious.
they
What?
are.
I was like, what? How is that possible? Yeah, I mean, I've never gone to any culinary class.
Yeah.
I am a scientist by profession.
Yeah.
I'm not a baker. And,
Yeah.
you know, I had just self-taught.
Yes.
So it really grew. And then, unfortunately, during the corona period in 2020,
Yeah.
the main investor had a bit of shortfalls in his own business.
Yes.
So he could not continue to like hold me up the
Yeah.
way he was.
Yeah.
And now I had to now take it up myself.
Yes.
And I was
to
able
spread out your little wings.
Oh
and begin
yes,
flying. Sorry.
exactly, yes. And so I got to a place where at least I broke even.
Yeah.
When I broke even, I was like, now there's business.
Yes.
So now I am doing the entire process again, but now I am wiser.
Yeah.
I know now that this is how you run a business. You're
Yes.
not doing it the way you used to do it in university, just entertaining people.
Yeah.
So I've learned a lot about business and
Yes.
accounting.
Yes.
But more than that, I am even selling cakes to people I don't know.
Yes.
And that is the majority.
Yes.
I think that's a real blessing.
Yes.
And the best news I had of late was
Yes.
that our season 1 of the Great Kenyan Bake Off
Yes.
is currently being aired on BBC Lifestyle.
Yes. I was
and
going to ask
DSTV.
about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, being on an international platform
Yes.
for something that, you know, just started
Something
little
you
by
had not
little.
even planned on. Something
Thank you,
just
yes.
accidentally,
Got
bumped
into it,
yeah.
yes. It was mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling
It
for
is,
me.
yeah.
And even as I watch the episodes, I'm like, my God, this is amazing. This is a miracle.
And you can attest to your own growth right now.
Oh yes, yes, definitely. I am a different person.
Wow.
Actually, I would say everything I've gone through has made me like stronger. You know, able to persevere, able to be more resilient.
Yes.
Because I've known so many people who have bigger businesses and bigger investments who right now do not have businesses. They've closed down their bakeries, or their workers are very like upset. My workers are like family. If somebody is not happy with the cake that we've done, my workers can actually cry. Like they invest that much. And I think it's because I invest everything myself in it. So you can taste the love. So we are growing step by step. Of course, I'm waiting for another big break to take this to the next level, because
it's gonna come. You're a girl of catching amazing breaks. Yes.
Amen. I believe so. And also from just my culinary journey, so much else has resulted. I have been able to visit other countries.
Wow.
Like I've been to Switzerland, which is actually the culinary capital of the world.
Is it?
Yes, because of this whole cooking thing.
Okay.
And I went and visited there, and I was like, whoa, thank you, God. This is amazing. And it was also very mind-boggling how maybe you studied one thing and then you're doing a completely different.
Well, especially if you're in Kenya, that's not new.
Yeah, you're very right.
Yes.
So that's been my journey so far.
Wow.
I'm still working with other students. I do have other students, and they're also doing amazing things.
Wow.
I've had 2 winning international awards, and I'm just like, God, this is amazing.
You're not about to stop.
No, I've just started.
You've just begun.
Yes, I've just begun. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So Loise, you've had your stories. I mean, your journey has been difficult, but it has also been sweet. But I'm just curious, because I think the painful parts were really, really, really painful. And the breaks were equally amazing. But every time where did you get the strength to just bounce back?
Okay, so I will be very honest with you. When I was going through some of those things, I ended up being clinically depressed. That means you need to go to hospital, you need to take medication, you're seeing a counselor. It was really difficult. I had my sister, she would even help me pay for that because I couldn't afford it at the time. And I went to a variety of counselors, but one time I went to this institution that offers free counseling. So they don't want you to just keep on coming. It's a wastage of resources. So they get to the point quickly. So when I went there, I met somebody who's born again. And I told him I'm born again. So he was like, but if you're born again, then what's the problem? So he asked me to write a list of all the things that are wrong with me and my life, according to me. And then I go to God's word and write everything that's right and everything that God says about that. So I just started by step. I did that within a week. Then when I went back for the next session, I was only given 3 sessions. So when I went back for number 2, the doctor kept on walking in and walking out, walking in and walking out. Then he asked the receptionist, where is Loise? Then I was like, I'm here. He was like, no, that is not you. It's like your face is different. You are alive. When you came, you were dead. What happened? So he was asking me, so what did you do? I was like, I did the homework you gave me. I was like, my goodness, if only accepting God's report can make such a dramatic change. He was like, then that means I don't even know what we'll do in our 3rd session. And I never went back for a 3rd session. And from that time, I had joy overflowing. And eventually, I'll be very honest with you, the Holy Spirit came upon me. Now, when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, you get boldness and you get gifts, gifts of the Spirit and everything. So when I got into that kind of space, now my perspective changed. I now, I started seeing myself as God sees me, which is very beautiful and whole and precious and loved. And full of, I can do anything. So when you get that, I can do anything kind of attitude, anything starts coming for you to come.
Attitude.
Thank you. Yes, limitless kind of attitude. So it's like, hey, I am limitless. I can literally do anything. So that's how I even started singing. I ended up accidentally in an odd audition, but I ended up singing.
Well, these accidents, well, they're only accidents in our eyes, but I think it's just the way life has organized it.
Yes, it's how the Lord ordained it. So basically, I ended up, singing, and God just made it into a whole beautiful thing. Yes, I ended up cooking, and it's now a whole thing. And what I can say is the pain I think it's just God being with me through it.
Yeah.
It enabled me to be able to continue.
Yeah.
But then having that view of myself, the way God views me, that changed my life.
Wow.
And then apart from that, also I think there's something that happens to you when you are happy genuinely.
Yes.
People want to be happy.
Positive energy.
Yes,
Everyone
you're right.
wants to be around.
People want to be happy.
Energy.
People want to be loved.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not even how good you are at something.
No.
People want to be around that love, around that positivity.
I think it's what you're transmuting, what
Yes.
the vibe you're giving off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you see, if you have been in contact with the greatest force in the universe, which is the love, God says He is love. He is love.
Yeah.
If you have been in contact with love, surely love must result. And people will be drawn to it.
Yeah.
And when people are drawn to it, there are people who you can mentor and there are people who can grow you.
Yeah.
So that has been my life. I believe so much that God has been working in it because I gave it to Him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, thank you so much, Loise, for that beautiful story. Now, I know there's a girl out there who's probably facing hard times, thinking, I cannot make it, but we have seen you become a flower that has opened petal after petal after petal. Now, I want you to, look that girl in the eye and let them know that they have what it takes to make it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you who are feeling like you've gone through so many hard times and are feeling like maybe you're not going to make it and things are looking so dark, let me reassure you that you are worth it. You are unique, you're special, and what you have, nobody else in existence has it. And the minute you actually just embrace it and love yourself for who you are, it will just start to glow and people will be drawn to it. So love yourself, accept yourself, and you will find yourself getting out of that darkness. Yeah, and so one time it will just be light. Everyone will be like, yo, how did that happen? Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, for even, allowing yourself to come here and share your story. It's so bold. I mean, your energy is, I've always felt your energy. Yeah. Like you've always been passionate. So, and I think I told you that the first thing I noticed about this girl, her passion, her energy, Yeah, so it's very evident on that. So you are a baker, and I know you're the best in town. And it's not because she's on my show. I know it because I've eaten her cakes. They are that good. Now, people will want to eat your cakes. How do we reach you? Or probably even someone would love for you to go and tutor them, or probably, do some public speaking, for them. So how do we reach Loise? On what platforms do we get you?
Okay, so thank you very much. I'm humbled. So you can reach me on Instagram. My name is just Loise Awuor, and I've put it there, a tiny title that I was there on the first season of the Great Kenyan Bake Off.
Okay.
And also you can find me on Facebook. My name is Loise Awuor Bakes. Yes, so you can always send me, a DM, and we can just speak. Yes. Yeah, I'll be happy to speak with you. Yes.
So are your prices friendly? Are they high end? Or it's just,
So in terms of pricing, I believe I have everything for someone.
Yeah, there's something for everyone.
Yes. Thank you. There's something for everyone.
Wow.
So I do have the usual flavors, and I do them well.
Yes.
I use the best ingredients. That's why maybe.
Yes.
And also I do it with love.
I know.
Secret ingredients. So there's the lower end. Then most of them are just middle cost.
Okay.
Yes. But now I also have, if you really like cake and you're into taste and you want something unique and you want an eating experience. Yes. Now that I also have provisions for that as well. But most of them are in the middle there with a few exciting different flavors.
Yeah.
Though the Kenyan palate is interesting.
Yeah.
People tend to stick to classics, but I usually send a little bit for people to taste and try.
Okay.
Taste and try.
Yes.
Yeah. Like right now I'm doing a chai cake.
Okay.
Try it. It's tasty. It tastes like tea.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So we need to go try that chai cake. Do you have like a telephone number that's for work where people can call you directly?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes.
That we are going to, link it up in our comment sections. section below, so be sure to look out for that number. So thank you so much, Loise.
Thank you.
I am super excited.
Me too.
For having you, for getting to experience your story. I mean, I was so drawn into it. I'm sure everyone who was watching can attest to the same. And you only get these kind of guests here, So Loise, your last word, your bye-bye, so that we can close the show now.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'll just like to say, what can I say? Life is sweet, life is delicious. Get a piece of it from me in terms of cake. Yeah, you're welcome to buy cakes and stuff. And also, if you just want to talk and have a good time and, hey, my
or
good
have
Lord.
her sing happy birthday for you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I sing happy birthday for my orders if you want. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So there you have it, guys. It's been such an awesome, beautiful, energetic show, and I love it because this is season 2 and it's gonna get better and better and better and better. And as always, thank you so very much for your support. It makes every single difference to us. And again, if you're new, now you are part of the family. Trust me, you're not going to want to leave this place anytime soon. So yeah, there guys, until I catch you in the next episode, it's much love and namaste from me. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed, we really fancy your support. Do subscribe because that's how we get to grow. We also get to grow with you, So kindly subscribe and hit that bell so that you don't get to miss any of these shows. Wiser and Brave is the best, by the way. So keep it locked.